So I just turned 35 years old a few days ago, and honestly, I'm quite happy with my life right now. Well, maybe happy's not the best way to describe it, but I feel like I'm doing impactful, purposeful work every day. I genuinely respect the man that I've become, and I have this deep peace of mind and sense of confidence that for most of my life was non-existent. I just used to feel extremely unsure of myself at all times. Like I would second guess if I should make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunchtime. In fact, my dreams and goals used to be just having a job and having a girlfriend that wasn't ugly. Because at least then I wouldn't feel lonely and I could just enjoy playing Xbox and letting the days pass by while I simply survived comfortably and added no value to the world, to my family, or to my community. So if you feel like you're capable of more, like you're supposed to be doing more and making a bigger impact, but you just haven't figured out how to reach that potential yet, then listen up, because I have 5 hard life lessons to share with you. Because I've been reflecting a lot the past few days, and these were the biggest game changers that allowed me to stop doubting my peanut butter sandwich and actually allowed me to build a life of wealth, love, and purpose. Number 1, fuck your goals. When I was younger, I would always just dream of reaching that end goal and getting that payoff. I want to make $1 million so I can just chill and be comfortable. I want to have an attractive girlfriend so I don't feel lonely and I can have sex whenever I want. You know, once I can pull up in that luxury car, then I'll feel like the man. Bro, let me tell you the harsh truth. I'm living in a $3 million custom-built house. I have a Porsche Taycan GTS and a BMW X5M. I married my dream girl. And guess what? I am no happier than I was 10 years ago when I had none of these things. Well, I guess I am quite a bit happier, but not because I have these things, but because I learned this lesson. We all know it's an undisputable fact that there are plenty of filthy rich people out there who are still completely miserable. And finally, now that I've reached this point, I get it now. Like the most exciting parts of my life have been when I'm out there chasing growth in some area, pushing myself, not sure if I'm gonna be able to succeed or not, and then I experience a little bit of progress. I experienced this small win. Back when I was starting this YouTube channel on the streets of Boston, afraid to film a clip because there was people around me that were gonna judge me, feeling like, man, fuck, why am I even doing this? This isn't even gonna work. I'm never gonna be able to build a YouTube channel. But then pushing myself to do it anyway, seeing that video come together and getting a few comments on that video. Those were the fucking golden days, bro. Nothing beats that feeling. Back before I had my first girlfriend, finally getting a date with an attractive girl and then screwing it up, going home, laying down on my bed, feeling like shit, knowing that, man, it might never work out for me. I might never get a girlfriend. But then putting myself out there again, meeting a different girl, and having a few really enjoyable dates together. Those are some of the best moments of my life, bro, because that is when I found out what I was really made of. And that means that right now, you can already be living your best life. You should already be living your best life. It doesn't matter what step of the journey that you're currently at. It's about how you're moving right now. If you have that energy, putting yourself out there, fighting for the little gains, that's what's gonna make your life feel fucking awesome. Not having some expensive car or some hot girlfriend. And that's why I'm still out here pushing myself, launching new businesses, even if I don't need the financial income that comes from it. Pushing myself to master golf, even though I completely suck at it now, because I know when I hit that pure shot 1 out of every 7 times, that's the feeling that I'm chasing, man. You gotta keep chasing. Number 2, find somebody to grow with. So last weekend, literally 2 days before my birthday, our best friends Max and Taylor got married. And of course, it was fun and exciting celebrating that big moment with them and, you know, seeing them officially come together and become a family. But even more importantly than that, something that I deeply respect about Max and Taylor's relationships, and unfortunately, most relationships I see don't have this element, they don't have this quality to it, is that they have been growing together. They've chosen to grow together, they want to grow together, and they are growing together. I've given a lot of dating advice on this channel, talked about a lot of different red flags and green flags to look for in women, but this is the thing more important than anything else. This is what separates the healthy relationships, the few healthy relationships, from most of them that just gets destroyed by jealousy and resentments and just contempt for the partner. So whether you're in a relationship now that you want to build into something amazing, or whether you're single and looking for that next girlfriend, pay attention. Listen up. Probably cut out listen up. Pay attention. Listen up. Here's what's up. That's what I'm gonna tell you now. Get ready for it. If you can find a girl that, first of all, she wants to support you. When I met Julia, she was out on the streets of Boston filming me approaching girls because she wanted to help my goal of building my YouTube channel. That's the first sign that you cannot ignore, because most women in the early stages of the relationship, they're gonna be a little bit hesitant to support you like that. But what's even more important than that is what happens over the first 3 to 6 to 12 months of the relationship. And of course, the baseline things should be in check. You want to be attracted to her and have a healthy, vibrant sex life. You guys should be on the same page about, children and religion and where you might live in the future. But what's even more important than that is to ask yourself the question, are we growing together, or are we already starting to grow apart a little bit? Because if you're growing together, you become invincible as a couple. It doesn't matter if you go through a really dark, financially difficult time, or she loses a close family member. You guys will adapt and make it work. I always wanted to move away from Boston and go somewhere warm. But the girl I was dating before Julia was like, yeah, but my career's here. Maybe if you move somewhere, then I can visit you from time to time. Julia was like, okay, where are we going? And that's the other critical thing. It's not just about can you grow together. It's about do both of you want to grow together. Number 3, there are endless opportunities to improve. Every day we face difficult decisions and situations. The way I see it is that every day God gives us new challenges. And every single one of these things, even though it feels annoying and inconvenient at the time, it's another chance to grow. I was 27 years old when I finally started chasing my dream of building a YouTube channel. And at that point, I thought for sure it was too late for me. I had already let so many opportunities pass me by. I had already failed at so many different things in life, bro. 2 failed relationships with amazing girls, and I thought for sure I was never gonna find love after that. I had quit my career as a software engineer because I hated it. Then I quit my career as a personal trainer because I got so burnt out. I had tried to write a blog, do a podcast, sell fitness programs online, and none of these things worked out, bro. I thought for sure I was just gonna have to go back to working a job I hated. Like I wasn't gonna be able to build financial success for myself. Impossible. And guess what? That was 8 years ago. And over the last 8 years, I've let countless more opportunities pass me by. I've failed at countless other things, but I've seized just enough of the opportunities and made just enough of the right moves to have experienced some crazy fucking growth. At the end of the day, none of us are perfect. All of us have weak moments. All of us have traumatic pasts. I still screw things up all the time, bro. I'll make bad calculations for a business and lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'll say some dumb shit and start a fight with my wife just because I'm in a bad mood. I'll have crucial opportunities for growth and making more money, and I won't do anything about it because I'm feeling lazy that day. And I'm sure that you can relate to this. I'm sure you've screwed up more things than you can remember. You probably got something on your mind yesterday or last week that you screwed up with a girl or with your career that's driving you crazy right now. The game changer that's allowed me to get this far is being able to screw up badly today and feel like a failure, but then have a short memory, and tomorrow when the next opportunity comes, I seize that one and I make that one work. That's how I move now. I don't let the bad days get to me and make me start identifying like a failure, because I know that there's gonna be endless opportunities that show up tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. Maybe you were with a 10 out of 10 attractive girl in the elevator yesterday and you were too nervous to say anything. That's fine, bro. There's gonna be another beautiful woman that strolls into your life tomorrow or next week. You can still seize that opportunity. Maybe you're working a job that doesn't pay you that much. You don't really care about it, but you feel like it's not worth it to try something new because you tried starting a business last year and it didn't work out. You gotta forgive yourself, have that short memory, and look forward to the next opportunity. You can still screw up the next 5 businesses, but if the 6th one is successful, guess what? You still get to quit your job and finally have that freedom of working for yourself. That being said, I know that it can be very difficult to have the confidence and the courage to seize that opportunity and put yourself out there and face failure when you're not sure that it's gonna fucking work out. If you're alone on this self-improvement journey, man, everything feels harder. And that's why it's so critical to surround yourself with other guys who are working towards the same goals. Because when you have that support and that community around you, it just feels a bit easier. Because when you screw up, it doesn't hurt as bad. You can go talk about it with the homies. And then you see one of them get a big win and start making more money. And then you realize it's possible. And next month, you're doing the same shit. The girls that turn you down, it doesn't hurt that much anymore because you got your bros with you. Now, I know it can be hard to find men like this. And that is literally why I created Beast Nation. Beast Nation is basically a tribe of men who are working together to level up. When you sign up, you're going to get access to step-by-step modules that show you how to launch your first side hustle, make an extra $5K per month. It's going to break down my exact dating system so you have confidence approaching any girl. I do weekly Zoom calls so you can speak with me directly and get my personal feedback on your exact situation. There's an interactive map so you can find other members in your city. Plenty of guys have found their gym partners or even their business partners through that. We do in-person events where we meet up, celebrate, and challenge each other together. And that's just scratching the surface. So if that sounds like something that could be a game changer for you, you can click that first link in description or go to thebeastnation.com to learn more, see some testimonials, and join up now. Number 4, peace of mind is king. You know how I said I used to second guess making a peanut butter sandwich? Well, first of all, I wasn't lying. I literally would be there like, maybe I should go to Subway instead. I don't know if the peanut butter sandwich is the right thing. And that was just a little snapshot into my brain. I would also be sitting there. I'm not sure if I should text this girl back yet. Oh, maybe I texted her too much. I don't know if I should go to the gym. Maybe I should take a rest day today. I had no peace of mind. I had this like evil voice in my head talking shit and putting me down and second guessing every last thing that I did, bro. And that's the real reason that my life was not happy and not fulfilling and dark and depressing back then. It's because I had no peace of mind. And that's why I'm also completely at peace if something terrible was to happen and I was to lose all of these material things that I have. I lost the house and the cars. I mean, if I lost Julia, who's my pregnant wife now, that would be a whole different level of devastation. But let's talk about losing the material things, man. I'd still be at peace and be fine because now I know that my number one goal and priority above everything else is achieving that peace of mind. When you have peace of mind and you have a quiet mind, first of all, you just move so much more effectively because you can just make quick decisions. Okay, I'm going to text her this. Now I'm going to get back to work. All right, what's the next step for building this business? Okay, I got to brainstorm the next YouTube video. Let's do that. There's no constant crazy ass narrative going on inside my head anymore. Life is actually peaceful and enjoyable when you make this happen. Even if I'm just going for a walk around the neighborhood with the dogs, I have this deep inner peace. And here's how I do it. Ready? It's actually pretty simple. I wake up every day and I give it, this is going to sound cheesy, but I give it 110%. I work like a horse all day long. I wake up and from the moment my head gets off of the pillow to the moment it goes back on the pillow, I make sure that I'm purposefully spending my time. I start the day by getting on my laptop, looking through the things that I have to get done today, and then I dive in balls to the wall. And a lot of times I screw up and maybe I work on the wrong thing and I waste a few days going down the wrong path. But there's nothing to second guess if at the end of the day you look back and you feel like you accomplished everything that you could. Your mind is going to be at peace. You're going to be able to sleep at night, bro. That voice in your head starts to go crazy when you're doom scrolling your phone and you know that you should be getting to work on something. When you text a girl 8 times rather than just sending her one simple text and moving on with your day. It's a very hard thing to do, but I challenge you to stop prioritizing making the perfect decisions and to start prioritizing just putting your head down and working. The faster you make decisions and the more decisions you make, the smarter you're going to get at making them. The less decisions you make and the slower you make them, that immediately limits your growth and the amount of progress you could make because you just can't move as fast. Number 5, submit to God. Now, it's not very masculine to be submissive, but we're not talking about submitting to another man or being submissive to a woman. We're talking about submitting to a higher power. And for those of you who are not religious, I would still challenge you to look at this as submitting to whatever the power is that is above humans. Because I think it's undeniable there's a power out there above us. Like, this world is just too crazy and beautiful, and there's too many miracles for this all just to be some random mistake. And from time to time, all of us get that urge. We get that feeling inside of us, that calling to make a change to our life and to do something different. When that happens, what do? Unfortunately, humans are weak, and we're creatures of habit and comfort, and we cling to our comfort zone. We fight against that calling. I know that I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I knew that for years, but I fought against it because it was scary. But the feeling didn't go away. I had a calling. That was what God was telling me to do. What are you being called to do right now? What is that change deep inside of you know you need to make to evolve to the next step of your life as a man? Comment below right now, in fact. Tell me, what do you feel called to do? What have you been fighting against and resisting lately? Looking back at my life, I realized the moments where I felt like I was making the fastest progress, and not in a selfish way, but also making the biggest impact on those people around me. Those were the moments that I just submitted to this feeling, and I just accepted this is the path I need to take. No longer am I going to look at this as this scary thing or this lofty goal that I'm not going to figure out. I'm just going to accept that path. I'm going to submit to it, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to have faith that it's going to fucking work out. There's a power higher than us out there, and when we put our faith in that, things just start to work out. Maybe it's not easy. There's still ups and downs, but things just start to go your way. When I stopped fighting against this calling to do YouTube, and I just started uploading 2 YouTube videos per week, and I just dove in balls to the wall, bro, the growth was insane. Within 1 year, I already reached 100,000 subscribers.
100,000 subscribers on YouTube, baby.
Just because I submitted and stopped fighting against it. This is your sign, bro. It's time to accept that next evolution and just let it play out. Just let it happen. That being said, if you're serious about seeing that progress and breaking through to that next level, then you need to watch this video next. It's about the 7 steps to going ghost mode. This is exactly how I lock in and submit to that new path and just allow the growth to happen. Click there to watch that now. If you're new to the channel, you can click down there to subscribe, as I drop 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.